second album where we actually.
What's going on, people? It is Sunday, the 6th of March. Cheers. So, I'm just getting my day rolling. It's kind of early. It's only 8:30. I usually get up about 9, but I got up. So, right quick, thank you for your response to Bandcamp Friday. It was another good day. Thank you. Thank you. It helps. If I make one sale, I'm happy. But the fact that this is the second month that I made enough sales to impact my monthly living costs. That's significant to me. If I can literally pay a couple of bills with music sales, that's helpful. Because I live on Social Security. So thank you, people, very much. Thank you so very much. I was just now watching. I love documentaries. I really do. And I've been finishing up watching this 5 long series on Paul McCartney. And learned a lot about him I didn't know, which I'm glad I did. George is still my favorite Beatle. I did suss correctly that Paul was actually the avant-garde member of the group, that he was the one that was turning John onto the edgy stuff, whereas people think that John is the real edgy one. I knew all along. But just now I was watching a documentary on the band 311 from Omaha. Is there a connection to me? Absolutely there is. And if any of you people know 311 or get a chance to ask them, do they know me? Because my band REF was one of the local bands that Peanut and Nick have told me personally that they used to come see us, and we were one of the bands that inspired them to try to become a band. Not necessarily a big fan of their music, but again, they're a different generation from me, and they were just trying to do their own thing, and they've created their own thing. So props to them. Like I said, if you know them or get a chance to meet them, ask them, do they know me? Excuse me. One quick word to say about what's happening in the world is it is just madness, and it's a shame that we're all on talking about World War III because of one madman, because of one fool. It's just sad. Okay, so music. I did buy some records, not much. I will mention that I Zoomed, talked to Travis, who was the most recent person to send me that big VCLT, and it was enjoyable to touch base with this young man. For many reasons, it was just good. It's good to know that you're not alone. Of course, I don't feel alone. But as a black person, you can be treated as an anomaly. And here in Nebraska, this still happens a lot. We were talking, and he ended up showing me what he had bought it the last time he was at the record store, and I told him I was tempted. I didn't need to go to the store, but I was thinking about it. Well, I broke down and I did. But I did good. I spent very, very little. But Travis, thanks for reaching out, my friend. And respect to you as a musician and a human being. So I picked this up at Hommes. This was in their used records update for Saturday. And I remembered this cover from my teen years. Jellyroll is the name of the band. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? So when I saw that they had it, I went and grabbed it. It was only $12. This is not psychedelic, although that's a pretty cool cover. This is a horn band. This is 1971, and at that time, psychedelia was over already, and the big deal commercially was horns. Chicago, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Pacific Gas and Electric, all those bands, you know. And this fits right in with that. And it's soulful, but nothing out of the ordinary. The cover is the best part. I'm glad I bought it. So I moseyed over to Grapefruit. I hadn't been to Grapefruit Records for a while, and I got out of there pretty good. Because I can easily spend hundreds there, and I didn't. I kept it under 100, which is good. So I see that these are coming out now. Francis Lai is one of my favorite movie soundtrack composers, along with Lalo Schifrin and some other names that don't pop in my head right away. But you remember the series of soft erotic movies, Emmanuelle, 70s? I saw a couple of them. The music is cheesy, but at the same time, it has that library music sort of thing where it's like we're setting a mood. And some of the music where other people think of it as music you would hear in porn, I don't think of it like that. I think of it like it's mood music, and it can be something completely non-pornographic, like this music. Like the tracks that the girl sings, Sylvia Christel, I believe it's the actress. It's obvious what those tunes are about. But some of the other music I can actually hear where he has, on this album, he's used a theme that he's used before, but slightly changed it. And this is a lovely cover too. The colors, that pose that they have her in, and pink vinyl. Yeah, when I saw it, I said, hey, this is cool. I'll get this. And I like it, I do. Just bought a couple things. Bought that. I got this because it was only $10. You know, how often do you see cool shit for $10? Bhutanese guitarist Tashi Dorji is one of his albums. He's got several. Improvisations, okay? So, right away, this is the sort of thing that if you're not studying or if you're not deep into this is the sort of thing that maybe you would only listen to once, which is possibly the case here, but it's listening to the person, listening to Tashi play is interesting. It is. And I'll probably be playing this more than once. But Tashi Dorji. I was glad to grab this. A new album. Well, two new albums. Well, actually, one new album and one fairly recent for me. Phew, Phew is her name. Phew. I just noticed that's a sticker. Wow. Okay. Phew. I believe she's from Japan. Singer that came to my attention many years ago when she made an album with members of Can. This is a new album on the Mute label, New Decade. And she works in sound. The cover is perfect. I love stuff like this where it's just kind of, you have to enter this sound world with this person to find out what's going on. And even then you might not find out. This is really good and evocative. That's the word I'll use. Evocative. I love it. It's also a limited edition, apparently. Clear vinyl. Phew. She made a single with Sakamoto. It's one of the few Sakamoto items I don't have. Well, there's a bunch, actually, but that's one of the older ones that I've been after. I've never been able to find a copy of. Something else Japanese I got. By Masahiro Sugaya. Horizon, Volume 1. This is what I'm looking for. I had not heard this. I went ahead and Empire of Suns is a label. Empire of Signs is a label. And this is like the third thing I picked up on the label, where they're putting out this cool Japanese ambient focused music. And this one is a compilation of this person's work who I had not heard before that I know of. I love this. It goes from playful to deeply contemplative, however you say the word. I haven't read this yet. Lots of information here. This is wonderful. Seriously, I just very, very like a painting, impressionistic. And look at that beautiful vinyl. It takes my imagination away. This is beautiful. It was a nice find because again, like I said, I took a chance, but based on what the label has been doing, I thought to myself, this is probably gonna be a winner, and it is a real winner. Masahiro Sugaya. Wonderful. Wonderful. Sitting out some records that I played that I didn't buy is Deviants, the Deviants. They have a whole history. Mick Farren, writer, rest in peace. To me, they're kind of like an MC5 type of band where they were activists. You know, it was more than music. It was about the times. It was about doing things and trying to make change. This is raggedy in part musically, but it's really raw and visceral and really good. Real good. The other things that I played last night, hadn't played in a while, this I think they're from Quebec. Morse code, Marche of the Men. Very good, progressive. They get it right where you want those chord changes that are kind of unexpected and that beauty that's not schmaltzy. Those are the things I like about good prog. Unexpected or fresh chord changes, beauty that's not schmaltzy. The thing I find interesting is there's quite a bit of that going on in what is happening, like with Robert Glasper and some of these folks. Juicy, beautiful, big chord changes, beauty for days. I see a direct parallel to what I like in prog in this. I really see no difference. I want the best. I want the beauty. And so this is just a killer, actually. This is a great new album. So talk to me. You know, I didn't really hear from too many people on the last video. I guess I was just mainly advertising, but how are you all doing? I want to, in a way, be on the internet less right now because of the war. I'm just going to call it what it is. It's very exhausting, and the news is bad, and it's getting worse. But there's no escape. Even if I don't get online, it's in the air. But we live a lot online when we're doing stuff. Being online is part of it. So I'm just talking out loud that I've got to deal with it. I'm thinking about Ukraine, of course, and just really pissed off that basically one man has us on the brink of World War III. It sucks. And we have this mounting insanity about Ukraine Nazis. Good God! You know, if something can be fucked up, we're going to be sure and do it. You know what I mean? Why don't people want peace? This is just, it pisses me off because it's about greed. It's about materialism. It's about these people with this stuff. And if they didn't own everything and all this inflation, this is unnecessary. This is just the fat man making sure he stays fat in his pockets, fuckers. And the pandemic, it seems to be winding down. Seems to be like it'd be a great time to be trying to be push up, to go up. That ain't what's happening. So, that's how it looks to me. Hope you're doing well. Crazy times.